Indie games have become a big fixture to the PlayStation 4's library, and that doesn't look to change in 2016, so in this video we'll be taking a look at the top 10 upcoming PS4 indie games in 2016. Number 10, Abzu. Abzu is an underwater diving simulator being developed by Matt Nava's new studio Giant Squid. If you're unfamiliar with Matt Nava, he served as the art director for Flower and Journey, two of the best downloadable titles of all time. As such, you can expect Abzu to have a lot of similarities to the aforementioned games in that it's a very artistic game. It emphasizes human interaction with aquatic animals in a peaceful way. The game is very interesting, and considering the talent involved, is a game you should definitely keep your eye on when it releases sometime in 2016. Number 9, The Witness. The Witness is a 3D puzzle game being developed by Thekla Inc., a studio that is headed by Jonathan Blow, who is famous for developing Braid. The financial success of Braid actually allowed Blow to hire a large team to develop the title. The Witness is an open-world puzzle game where the island is filled with non-linear puzzles. Blow and his team are keeping the exact mechanics of the game shrouded in a bit of mystery, but we do know the final game will have around 650 puzzles, one of which Jonathan Blow believes less than 1% of players will be able to solve. The Witness's release is almost here, as it's set to arrive January 26th. Number 8, Yooka-Laylee. This was a game that was kickstarted, and whenever you hear the word Kickstarter or crowdfunded, you are instantly a bit more hesitant about that game. Yooka-Laylee is being developed by Playtonic Games, which includes several developers from Rare during the N64 era. Yooka-Laylee is actually considered a spiritual successor to their work in that era, works such as Banjo-Kazooie. Outside of the single-player mode, the game will also feature a local co-op mode and a minigame-centric 4-player multiplayer mode. Yooka-Laylee has potential to be a fantastic platforming series. Let's just hope for no delays and a smooth launch, as it's supposed to be released in October. Number 7, Banner Saga 2. The original Banner Saga delivered one of the most artistic and well thought out RPGs in a very long time. Now it's receiving a sequel in Banner Saga 2, and while we don't know much about the game, if it's anything similar to the first game and offering a diverse story and an incredible soundtrack with just a bit more refined gameplay, it'll be a fantastic game. It should be noted, as of the recording of this video, the original Banner Saga has only been released on PC, and the PS4 version is scheduled to release on January 12th. While the sequel should arrive sometime in 2016. Number 6, Shadow of the Beast. Shadow of the Beast is finally coming back, now on the PlayStation 4. The new game looks to embody what made the original game excellent while having a visual facelift and refinement in the gameplay department. The art direction is spectacular, and while the gameplay does look a bit repetitive from what we saw, hopefully it turns out well. The game is a remake of the original 1989 game, so just about anyone can jump into this game. Although if you did play the game back in the day, the developers made sure to design the game in a way that it would hit home with you. Shadow of the Beast is scheduled for a release in March of 2016. Number 5, Adrift. In Adrift, you follow the story of an astronaut who floats through the wreckage of a destroyed space station with no memory of the incident. Throughout the game, you start to find clues that piece together the events of the incident and attempt to repair the vehicle to escape home. Graphically, the game looks very good, and the concept of the game is very interesting. The game's inception is also very interesting, as director Adam Orth sees this game as a metaphor to the time he worked in Microsoft, and he told people to deal with it in response to the Xbox One's initial DRM fiasco. Pretty interesting to say the least. Regardless, we can't wait to see how Adrift turns out when it releases Q1 2016. Number 4, Salt and Sanctuary. Salt and Sanctuary is a 2D action RPG where you play as a sailor that finds himself shipwrecked on an island in the middle of a century-old war. The game features a hand-drawn art style that is just fantastic. The game itself has seen some comparisons to the Souls game, as it's gonna be a bit more challenging than your typical game. The player can wield two-handed weapons, use shields, use magic, range attacks, etc. Salt and Sanctuary has been in development for a while now, but it seems like the wait is almost over, as the game is scheduled for a release sometime early this year. Number 3, Alienation. Alienation is the latest game from one of the most underrated development studios on the planet in Housemarque. They're famous for some of the best downloadable games on PlayStation such as Super Stardust, Resogun, and Dead Nation. Alienation is a top-down 4-player shooter where each player assumes the role of one of 3 classes. For a downloadable game, the game's visuals are quite good with the particle effect specifically being the standout. The game seems to have a lot of similarities to a game like Helldivers, and you really can't go wrong with a game like that. Alienation is set to release sometime in 2016. Number 2, Firewatch. Firewatch is a game that everybody really needs to have their eye on. Being developed by Campo Santo, you follow the story of a volunteer fire lookout in the aftermath of the Yellowstone fires of 1988. The game has you uncover clues about mysterious occurrences in the vicinity that are related to the ransacking of your tower while on patrol. This is a very narrative-driven game, so it's good that we stop talking about the story there. Right off the bat, what you'll notice about Firewatch is the awesome watercolor art style. And will this be an action-packed game? Probably not, but for fans of games that tell a unique story, keep Firewatch on your radar. It's set to release on February 9th, 2016.
Somebody cut the comms.
What?
I'm out here and the wire is cut clean through.
Wait, you're already there? You're not in your tower?
No, I'm not.
Then who is?
Number 1, No Man's Sky. Oh boy, we could go on and on about No Man's Sky for a while. Hello Games originally revealed the game back in 2013 and the game has seen an unfortunate long wait. However, it looks like gamers are finally going to get their hands on No Man's Sky as it's tentatively set for a June release date. The game takes your typical open world formula, amplifies it by 100 as it attempts to become an open universe game. With a ridiculous amount of planets to explore, the game looks to have a near endless amount of content. However, there is a goal to the game to reach the center of the galaxy. How you do it is up to you. There's also been some speculation that No Man's Sky may end up having PSVR support, but that isn't confirmed yet, so take it with a grain of salt. Regardless, we can't wait to get our hands on the game in just a few short months. That wraps up our countdown of the top 10 upcoming PS4 indie games in 2016. Let us know, are you picking any of these games up? Which game are you most excited for? Comment your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.